Ayan, isang magandang araw na naman. So let's talk about angular velocity. Ang angular velocity is the average angular velocity which is expressed into itong parang W na ito dito, yung Greek letter na omega. Ang tawag dyan is omega. So marahil hindi pa kayo masyadong familiar dyan, pero pag mag-college na kayo, magiging familiar na kayo sa omega na yan kasi maraming ginagamit yung Greek letter na yan sa mga fraternity and sorority. So ang expression ng angular velocity is yan, yung W na yan, yung omega. Pwede rin natin sabihin na ganito. Meron din kasing omega na ganyan eh. Ayan. So either of that ay pwede. So itong angular velocity naman na tinatawag natin is defined as the angular displacement delta t or delta theta is equals to final angular displacement times or minus initial theta divided by the elapsed time during the displacement occur. Ganito lang, no, simpleng kwan lang ito, simpleng recall lang ito. Kasi pag sinabi kasi nating velocity, itong velocity na ito is in linear motion, velocity is given by delta d over delta t, or sometimes inexpress din natin ito as delta d over t. Itong delta d na ito is yan yung displacement yan sa linear motion, which is given by final distance minus initial distance divided by time. Or kung merong initial time, pwede rin natin express yan as d final minus d initial divided by t final minus t initial. Pwede rin yung ganyan. So parang ganun din yung angular velocity, yung concept niya. Ang angular displacement, once na nag-move yung isang object sa isang circular path, kung anumang speed yung value dyan, basta once na nag-move siya in a circular path with fixed axis of rotation, meron din yan velocity. Pero ang tamang term sa kanya is angular velocity since we are moving in a circular path. So ganun din, kung merong angular displacement, meron ding angular velocity ang isang bagay na umiikot o yung kanyang motion is paikot. But usually nakasanayan kasi natin, dinidescribe na lang natin yan regardless kung ano yung kanyang yung orientation, yung dimension ng kanyang movement. Dinidescribe na lang natin as velocity. But in proper term, pag ang object ay nasa linear, that's velocity. Pag ang object ay nasa circular path, ang proper term sa kanya is angular velocity. Okay, ano yung average angular velocity? Ito ay equals to angular displacement divided by elapsed time. Ano, madali lang tandaan, no? And this is expressed by the equation mathematically, no, as W equals to theta final minus theta initial divided by final time minus initial time. Or this is also can be expressed as delta theta divided by delta t. Now, ang SI unit dito is radian per second or rad per second or rad per s na lang. Pwede rin rad per s. Pwede rin yung ganyan. So, yan yung kanyang expression. So, let's go to example. A gymnast on a high bar swing through 2 revolutions in a time of 1.90 seconds. Find the average angular velocity in radian per second of the gymnast. So katulad pa rin ng dati, no, ang uunahin natin dyan na malaman dapat ay yung mga given value at saka yung unknown value. So ano yung problem natin? Merong isang gymnast na swing siya sa isang high bar or high bar swing. We don't know kung anong itsura niyan, but that's the case. At nagkaroon ito ng 2 revolutions or nagkakaroon siya ng 2 revolutions in a time of 1.90 seconds. Masyadong mabilis. 1.90 seconds ay nagkakaroon siya ng 2 revolutions. Or pwede natin sabihin na in every 1.90 second, nagkakaroon siya ng 2 revolutions. So, yun. Ngayon, ang problem is, ano kaya yung average angular velocity niya? Gaano ba kabilis yung gymnast? So, we have to find the given. Ano yung mga given value? So, mga given value na nandyan ay unang-una is meron tayong time. So, ililista natin yan as delta t. Ito, pag hindi siya in-include, no, or pag hindi siya binanggit sa problem, kung initial time ba yan or final time, then don't bother yourself automatically ilagay nyo na delta t. Delta t na yan. Or pwede rin maging final time yan kasi hindi naman sinabi kung initial or final. So it can be delta t or final time. Yun lang yung tatandaan nyo dyan. So since wala naman tayong nakita, no? Wala naman tayong nabasa diyan, wala namang binanggit sa problem na this is initial time, this is final time, then we will assume that that is delta t. So delta t is equals to 1.90 seconds. Now, another given na hindi siya naka-express, pabantayan nyo rin ito, may mga given value na hindi naka-express in number, pero naka-express siya in word. So in this case, naka-express yung second given natin in words. Kung napapansin nyo dyan, sabi niya, a gymnast on a higher bar swing through 2 revolutions. Yung 2 revolutions dyan, that would be our angular displacement. Kasi sabi nga natin doon sa, paano natin nalaman na ito yung angular displacement? Unang-una, sabi nga natin doon sa first na discussion natin sa angular displacement, merong 3 units. Merong 3 units na pwedeng expression ng angular displacement. Una is pwede siyang maging degree. Pwedeng degree. Pangalawa, pwede siyang maging revolution. Tapos yung pangatlo, which is yung standard unit niya, ay pwede siyang maging radian. So in this case, nasa number 2 siya. Naka-express ngayon yung angular displacement natin dito sa second expression or second unit na possible expression of angular displacement, which is revolution. So kaya we will assume na ito ay angular displacement. Angular displacement niyan. Kaya ilalagay natin dito, theta is equals to 2 revolutions. Or we can also assume that this is delta t or delta theta. Kasi wala namang binanggit kung initial ba yan or final. That means, i-assume na natin kaagad na delta theta yan. Ganun lang kasimple yung pag-analyze natin ng problem. Now, after identifying kung ano yung mga available value dyan, then we have to identify kung ano yung pinapahanap. So, ang pinapahanap dyan is yung average angular velocity natin, which is expressed into radian per second. So, ilalagay natin yan as a known value, which is equals to omega or W in Greek word, Greek letter. Okay, then after identifying given and unknown, you have to proceed to solution. So solution, since ang angular displacement natin na hindi naka-express into SI unit, we need to express this into SI unit, which is radian. So that is why we have to do the conversion process. So i-convert natin ang revolution to radian. So delta theta is equals to negative 2 revolutions. Bakit negative 2 revolutions? Bakit may negative dyan? Isa pa yan. Negative yan kasi in this case, the displace or the rotation is in clockwise. So pag clockwise yung kanyang movement. That is why magkakaroon tayo ng negative revolutions dito. Hindi siya binanggit dito, but usually hindi naman nagsuswing ang gymnast. Hindi kaya ng gymnast mag-swing ng pa-counterclockwise. Hindi niya kaya mag-swing ng pa-counterclockwise kung wala pa siyang initial velocity na kumbaga nasa movement na siya. Pero pag naka-still pa lang siya, tapos mag-move siya in a counterclockwise, parang medyo imposible. That is why in this case we will assume that this is clockwise. So kaya negative 2 revolutions. So negative 2 revolutions, i-convert natin yan into radian. 1 revolution is equals to 2 pi radian. Then do the mathematics of that. Alam nyo naman kung paano mag-convert. The result that will be produced by these equations ay negative 12.6 radian. So you do that in your calculator. So alam nyo naman kung paano mag-convert. It's a matter of knowing the value of 1 revolution to radian or radian to degrees. So the process is ganun pa rin kung paano tayo mag-convert. So ayan, 2 revolutions. In every 1 revolution meron tayong 2 radian, 2 pi radian. Bakit nasa baba yung 2 pi radian? Yung revolution, kasi we need to cancel out revolutions to revolution para ang matira na lang dyan is yung radian. So negative 2 times 2 pi divided by 1 will give us negative 12.6 radians. So solved na yung ating delta theta. Now we need to apply our general equation, which is W is equals to delta theta divided by delta t. And this is equals to, i-substitute lang natin yung value ng delta theta natin dito, but which is in this case ay negative 12.6 radian na siya ngayon kasi kinumbert natin from revolution to radian. So negative 12.6 radian divided by 1.90 seconds will give us negative 6.63 radian per second, and this is our average angular velocity. So ganun lang siya kadali. And next, let's go to angular acceleration. Angular acceleration is the rotational motion or a changing angular velocity in a certain movement of an object in a circular path, o yung object na nakafix yung rotation niya with respect to its axis of rotation. So similarly, angular acceleration can be defined related to linear acceleration. So ganun pa rin, no? Kaya nga meron tayong term doon na rotational kinematics kasi ito ay related ito sa linear motion. Kung merong angular displacement, meron din tayong angular velocity. Pag merong angular velocity o yung pagbabago ng direction, meron din tayong angular acceleration. So ang angular acceleration ay nagkakaroon tayo ng angular angular acceleration sa isang moving object kasi ganito yung reason dyan. Kung ito yung object na nag-move, kung ito siya with respect to its rotation of axis, kung nag-move siya ng basically pag nag-move ito, pag ganyan ito pag ganyan yan, but nakaka-follow ito siya ng circular path because of the centripetal force. So actually ang movement talaga ng object na pag ganyan, pagdating dito is straight lang yan, pero hihilain siya ng centripetal force para maibalik siya doon sa circular path. So from that direction, tapos hihilain siya ng centripetal force, magbabago siya, mapapalo siya doon sa circular path. Then pagdating na naman dito, diretso na naman ganyan, hihilain na naman siya ng centripetal force para maibalik siya sa circular path. Itong pagbabago ng direction is associated with acceleration, or in other words, angular acceleration. So hindi lamang pagbabago ng bilis ito, ha. Once na nagbago yung direction ng isang object, that's automatically meron ng acceleration or angular acceleration na nangyayari dyan. Okay? So, acceleration, para i-define natin yung acceleration, we have to recall yung linear motion natin. Sa linear motion natin, acceleration is given by delta B over delta T. That's equivalent to final velocity minus initial velocity divided by final time minus, wala ito, ha? Wala yan. Sa error yan. Topographical error. So, that's T initial. So, time final minus time initial. I-apply natin yan relative to angular acceleration, or that's angular velocity. Angular acceleration, which is expressed by a Greek word or Greek letter alpha. So itong angular velocity natin ay ito na siya, yung kanina. Yan siya yung angular velocity natin. Tapos yung time natin ay ganun pa rin, hindi magbabago. Or it can be expressed as alpha is equals to delta W. Alpha is equals to delta W divided by delta T. Ito na yung equation talaga natin for angular acceleration, which is the SI unit is radian per second squared, or radian per second squared, or sec squared. Pwede rin na ganito, radian per s squared. Yan. So yan yung SI unit natin. Now let's apply this one into a sample problem. A jet awaiting clearance for takeoff is momentarily stopped on the runway. As seen from the front of one engine, the fan blades are rotating with angular velocity of negative 10 and negative 110 radian per second, where the negative sign indicates a clockwise rotation. So as the plane take off, the angular velocity of the blades reaches negative 330 radian per second in a time of 14 seconds. So napakabilis ng ikot. Find the angular acceleration assuming it to be constant. So ano yung hinahanap natin? Angular acceleration. So, ganun pa rin, we have to list the given value. Ang given value na binanggit dyan ay angular velocity. Yung unang babanggitin, take note of this one. Yung pinakaunang babanggitin na angular velocity, that would be our initial angular velocity. Kung hindi naman niya in-emphasize kung ito ay initial or final, basta may dalawang involved doon. So, ang unang babanggitin ay the angular velocity initial. So, in this case, our initial angular velocity is negative 110 radian per second. And the second angular velocity na binanggit dito ay negative 330 radian per second, which is yan na ngayon yung ating final. So, to list down that value in our given, magiging W sub O is equals to negative 110 radian per second. And then, final angular velocity is equals to negative 330 radian per second. And the last value here na na-mention is yung time. So, that's automatically delta t kasi wala namang binanggit na ibang time at saka wala ring in-emphasize na yan ay initial or final. So, that's delta t. So, delta t is equals to 14 seconds. Then, next to that is identify the unknown value. Ano yung unknown value dito? Siyempre yung angular acceleration, which is denoted by alpha symbol. So, solution, kukunin natin yung ating formula, yung general formula natin. Average alpha or average angular acceleration is equals to angular velocity final minus angular velocity initial, that's W sub O yan, divided by delta t. Then, substitute mo lang ang value nito. Ang value nito ay ito. That is why, dito siya. Ito yung final natin. That is why, negative 330 radian per second. And yung value naman nito ay ito. So, minus negative 110 radian per second divided by 14 seconds. Do the mathematics. The answer would be negative 16 radian per second. So, ito na ngayon yung the alpha value is the alpha value here is equals to negative 16 radian per second. So, this is now the answer. So, that would be all. If you have clarification sa angular velocity and angular acceleration, feel free to ask questions sa ating group chat. If you need more examples, magbibigay tayo. The next topic that will be discussing is about rotational kinematics equations. So, that would be all. Thank you so much and God bless.